Hello, everyone, and welcome to another special presentation of the Let's Go Off-World podcast. This is a Legions quest, where myself, Joe G, the Dungeon Master, runs a game of Dungeons and Dragons, unofficially set in the land of Mythoss, because our favorite toy line is Mythic Legions. So, hello to everyone, and hello to my players.
Hello,
How's
Joe.
it going, guys?
Oh,
Good.
excellent.
Good, man.
So, we've got some Mythic Legions figures that are ready to go on an adventure, and a donkey.
9 weeks.
Old Henry is ready to get some questing under his donkey belt. So, we will have Jesse do a short recap of last episode before we continue with the current one. Jesse?
Last time in session 6, the party cleaned up after their battle with the orcs after they had been stopped to take Gradduk back to their camp to see the chief. We got some cool loot. We gathered up Cremone and Tira, and we continued on the way to Rakshesh. And along the way, we met an old monk named Tellen, who told us the tale of Rasik, the leader of the legendary 5 heroes, of which we are members of the guild named after those heroes. And he led us to a statue, kind of a memorial site to Rasik, and we found it was desecrated, damaged, and there was a warning written on it in blood that said, "The bone thrower knows you're coming and is ready for you." We took some time to clean it up and comfort Tellen, and he gave us a couple of items, and he passed in the night. We woke up the next morning deciding to push on to the orc camp to settle Gradduk's beef, if you will, with his former clan, and we make our way back to this camp that was a shortcut to get there, to go there to move on to Rakshesh. Not a shortcut, but a different path off the road. And we leave Cremone and Tira behind with Henry in the woods, moved into the orc encampment, where we found we're taken to the longhouse and the chief. And during the parley, he revealed that Beerish, the female orc warrior that we encountered on the road that made off with Gradduk's severed hand trophy necklace, was tied to an X cross and was being tortured. And that's his own daughter. And they put us up to a mission to go retrieve a sword. What was it called? Something about flames or embers or something.
The sword wasn't named. It just described.
Oh, okay.
Blade of red crystal emitting a black smoke.
Okay. I misunderstood. And down in a goblin cave, and he said that Gradduk might be able to undo the nickname he had been given amongst his clan, if we could retrieve that sword and come back. And on our way out, we did see he had this advisor with him that was cloaked and hooded in finer clothes. And as we were leaving the longhouse, we do see that advisor had pulled down their hood, and we saw a skeletal, a skull with mystic symbols drawn over it in chalk and ash.
And we had the agreement we came to with the chieftain was we would go after that sword, but he had to release his daughter to us and had to agree to let any warriors go with us afterward that may want to join our party. So,
And to that, I'll just say, spare the rod, spoil the child. All right.
Glad you're not my dad.
Me, not me, the orc chieftain. Joe
But you
didn't say
said
that. All right. So you guys are now leaving the camp. You just exited the longhouse. The war party of orcs are still standing outside, just watching. I think they were, or your characters would probably imagine that they were listening to see if a fight had broke out in the longhouse. You know, if they needed to rush in. But right now, they've cleared a path back to the main gates for you, as you get collective orc stink eye on the way out.
I just keep giving him a little.
And we're Gradduk is carrying, or at least eating Beerish out, correct?
I'm carrying her. Yeah.
Carrying her. She's unconscious right now. Yeah.
I'm still an orc.
Yes, correct.
I tell
voice.
Gradduk, let's get her back to the wagon, and we can lay her down, and we can perform some healing on her right away.
Agreed.
Some orcs do comment on Trevor's Eénsek orc, saying, "What's with the fancy orc? Why is he so light on his feet? Is it a dancer?"
Whoa. What are we implying here?
Well,
I'm an elf. I'm an elf.
You
All
look
right.
like an orc, but you still move like an elf.
Right.
And it bothers them a little bit.
I also have like long hair like Fabio. It's ridiculous. It's two big tusks, but like.
Is he a dancer?
All right.
Yes, he is.
So, unless you guys start anything with them, they'll leave you unmolested as you reach the front gates to the fort.
Now we head back to Cremone and Tira and Henry and the cart.
That's right.
Okay. Yep. You guys can head back into the forest and find your way to them. No problem.
Okay. So we arrive there. Gradduk lays Beerish down in the back of the cart, and then nods to Ferr.
Upon seeing her, Tira says, "Oh my gosh, what happened to her?" Cremone says, "My word. Perhaps you were a bit harsh, do you think?"
This was not us. It was her father that did this.
Oh my. Well, as of late, haven't we just met the parents of the year, eh?
Well,
Yeah,
we've met a lot of great
make some room.
parents.
So what do I do? I need to roll or do something special? I forget to do my healing lay hands.
Lay on hands is a set amount. You just choose how many points of healing.
Okay.
There,
So I have lay on hands pool. It says 15. Or
right, because you're third level, you get 5 points per level.
Yeah, we should mention that we leveled up in between sessions for.
Oh
those
yeah,
that
I
are
did
listening.
forget to mention that. So
We are now
congrats
level
to
3.
the players.
Level 3, baby.
That's,
Woo!
yeah, that's a paper confetti level event right there. Ticker tape for our fine players as they reach third level, which I consider a milestone level.
Nice.
Joe, are you able to tell us what Beerish's max hit points would be when she's not injured?
You could tell us that she's like in bad shape or really bad shape.
Well,
or-
she is in negatives right now, below 0. That's why she's
unconscious.
Yeah.
Cam will also do cure wounds.
That's a
Okay.
spell?
All right.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say I'd do 10. Is that overdoing it if you're gonna do some, Cam?
No.
I have a potion of healing as well. I'm gonna take the hat off.
Oh,
It hurts too much. I just had dental work. It hurts.
Out of character, I'd imagine she's probably not too far above our hit point range.
Mm.
Maybe a little bit more. So, I mean, I know we're all over the place, but getting her up well into the double digits is probably not a bad idea.
All right. Well, I'll do 10. So all I simply do is just
Let's shall we not bring her back entirely to her full strength yet?
Well, just because we heal
Just
her,
in case a little bit of that anger is still lingering.
I'm saying this out of character, but just because we heal her doesn't necessarily mean that she will become conscious, right? Like it'll.
Oh,
heal
she'll be
her wounds.
conscious.
Yeah. As soon as you heal in 5th edition, you start at 0, so she will become conscious.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, maybe it's a good idea not to bring her to full
Maybe
strength
not
until we
100%.
have a discussion with her.
Mhm.
She may come out swinging. She doesn't know what's going on.
Well, who gave her what? Somebody just gave her 5?
I'm giving her 10 right now. So I'm let's see.
Well, if I'm not doing that, then I'm not casting it.
So 10, confirm. I hit confirm. Okay.
All right.
Gradduk,
So-
don't look while I lay hands.
Jesus.
The healing from the lay on hands rushes into her body. She glows slightly for a moment, and then her eyes that are currently swollen and cracked with blood, dried blood, kind of blink a few times and open. She looks around. Immediately, it looks like she tries to take a fighting stance as she sees the 4 of you around her, but her body just won't respond. She's taken massive damage.
Easy, girl, easy.
Gradduk hands her a rag that's wet so that she can kind of wipe the blood off her face. Here, take this.
Maybe we should step back and let Gradduk and Beerish have a moment.
She looks at you and smells the rag first.
There's
and then-
nothing wrong with it.
She blinks a few times and looks like she still has it looks like some blood vessels in her eyes have probably ruptured from the beating. So her eyes are kind of red right now behind the pupils and irises. But she blinks a few times and it seems like her vision clears some more.
I'd say you look like hell, but you didn't look very good to begin with.
Why am I here?
Your father sent us on a mission to get the sword. We made him agree to let us take you with us. If not, I believe he was going to kill you.
Yeah, hate to say it, but there's no question in my mind you wouldn't have lasted another day under his hands.
Daddy of the year. Are you adopted by any chance?
What? No.
Just a
I am
question.
his blood. She coughs and a little bit of blood comes out of her mouth when she does.
Well, we understand he counted you as a failure because you neglected to bring Gradduk back with you. Well, we came, had we known this was going to happen, we ended up coming anyways. So, we feel awful about this. So that's not the only reason that we've saved you. We would do that out of the goodness of our hearts anyways, but we do apologize that you had to endure such awful hardships under your own father.
Save your pity for the weak. I failed and he had to set an example.
Oh.
It is
Well, we
the
can
way
bring you
of our-
back.
It is the way of our clan.
Well,
You have already stolen my honor from me by not letting me die.
All right, well, then you may as well come. You got nothing left to lose.
perhaps you can, much like Gradduk is going to, clear his name. Perhaps you can as well. So we'd be in debt if you could help us on this mission.
Yes, join us to the goblin camp and get your honor back.
Is that where he sent you?
Yes. What do you know of the sword?
The sword. The sword belonged to a demon. It is the sword of Bragor.
He said he's lost many warriors going after it.
Of course, the sword is cursed.
In what way?
Well, the rumors say that when the 5 heroes vanquished the mighty demon Bragor, that his spirit became trapped in the sword, poisoning it and any who wielded. That's what the rumors say. It imbues them with great power, though.
Any
How would you
idea
feel
about this
about,
hooded skull man that happened to be in your father's?
My father's new advisor.
Hmm.
He goes by the name Whisper, and you will never hear his voice in a room.
Do you know where he came from?
Yes, I do. There is a group of warriors that serve Necronominus near the town of Rakshesh. It is one of the Bone Thrower's most powerful minions, or at least his most trusted.
But not the bone thrower himself.
No, I have not met the Bone Thrower. From what I understand, the Bone Thrower does not work openly. His magic allows him glimpses of the future. So he plays pawns like marionettes to find
So this
things
particular
to his
pawn-
advantage.
Powerful?
I do not know his actual strength, but he carries information from the Bone Thrower. That means he is working off of glimpses of the future.
I'm looking around at everybody.
Yeah, let me get this straight. So we're supposed to go get the sword and bring it back to Rakul.
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 Yes, that is my father's name. I don't
And
know if I've
whoever-
mentioned that before, but I'm saying it now for anyone who might be listening at home.
Thank you, Rakul. So if we are able to get this
listening?
sword, we bring it back to Rakul as requested. This is going to give him great powers, as you say. And if he's in cahoots with Necrononymous, I'm not so sure we better rethink what we're doing here.
He believes that it will give him the power of the demon if he possesses the sword.
Yeah.
His strength is already great.
Yeah. Do we
He
want
will
him
be
more
a near
powerful?
unstoppable force with the power of a demon.
No, but we may want the sword.
Right. I could see us wanting to do something with the sword if we could perhaps rid the demon of it. I'm just not sure we want to complete this mission as requested. I'm all for continuing on, though. We'll see what the outcome, how that may change.
Okay, above table, though, we don't want these guys coming after us because we didn't come back, after we made this deal. You never know. Bust a deal, face the wheel. It might be one of those deals.
Let's take out the goblins and get the sword, and then we can decide what to do from there.
I agree, Gradduk.
Agreed.
I just want to go in with our minds and eyes wide open. So,
It's been
Does
too
anyone know
slow. We
where
need to do something.
Goblin? Does anyone know where the Goblin Cavern was anyway?
I know where it is. I've scouted it.
So
Are you well enough to lead the way?
I think my ribs are broken, but I can point in the direction.
To start.
We'll be here when we
Right.
get back.
She can ride in the wagon.
Are we bringing everybody?
Well, we certainly can't leave them here.
That's probably true. All right. We'll lead the way. Beerish. If you don't mind.
Hey, wake up.
Counting the lights in his room on the head. 2, 3, 4.
Sorry, I was thinking. But I'm done now.
Did it hurt?
Everything hurts right now, wise
That's
ass.
true. That's true.
Well,
Gradduk.
we brought your health this far. Know that we can improve it even more.
Gradduk links his hands together to like offer a boost up into the front of the wagon.
She scowls at you and grabs the door, like the handle to the door herself. As she begins pulling herself up, you can actually see her side flex where the several broken ribs aren't moving correctly. She grunts but pulls herself into the wagon.
I just lean over to Camellia and say, what is it, Camellia? Cam. I lean over to Cam and I say, well, it's no wonder that didn't work out.
They're orcs. What do you expect?
And who said chivalry's dead?
Well, in this case, it should be.
I'm just saying they're stubborn.
Read the room, though.
All right.
You put two stubborn jackasses in a pen together, and you're going to have two stubborn jackasses in a pen together. Wasn't talking about you, Henry.
All right. So you guys are on the cart, or she's on the cart of her own vocation?
She's in the. She got
in the cart.
Yeah. She
We're
pointed
okay with
northeast.
everything going on back there, and everything's secure and sealed. Are we sure about putting people in the cart at this point?
Is Cremone back there?
I figured she was going to be on the front of the wagon, like
That's what I thought.
riding next to Tira.
Yeah,
she lays
she's going to
down
kind of
on
tell
the
us
floor
where.
of the back of the wagon.
Oh.
She said northeast. Currently, Tira's driving and Kermone is riding shotgun. Or what did we
Crossbow.
We said crossbow.
Crossbow.
Yeah, there we go. He's riding crossbow.
Okay.
How many goblins are at the camp, and how long is it till we arrive?
It is a small clan of goblins. I don't know for sure how many, but not more than 30. Light work. And only about a half day's travel if you go direct.
We're going direct.
So are we really wanting to face 30 goblins?
Do you know of any sort of secret passageways, any back doors into this cavern?
You mean the coward's way? No, I thought you were trying to escape from that moniker.
There's a difference between
like
a
it
coward and
myself.
being smart.
It's ironic, right?
Coward's way is technically the cowherd's way, and Ferr is cow-ish, so it kind of makes sense. And Gradduk didn't ask for the directions; someone else did.
If you're going to die, die with honor, not peeing yourself in a corner.
No one said anything about being a coward. I'm just trying to be smart about this.
Sometimes you don't have to run face first into the fist. You can sneak up behind and get them before the fist ever gets made.
If you have a strong face, you break the fist. She got some more blood.
Wait, how's that working out for you?
I was this close to dying with honor.
With each word, Gradduk's getting more attracted to her.
Is that a skeleton in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
It's the mustache, isn't it? Come on. You know it is. She's an orc.
Yeah.
All right. So do we want to? Okay. So we don't. Is there? Did she say that there's a back way or a way around or?
She did not say.
All right.
She is fresh from her
All right.
clan. Her clan, not all orcs behave in the same way that her clan does, but her clan is a very machismo clan of, to sneak in through the back is to sneak at all is a coward's way.
I mean, we can get there and kind of assess the situation, and
Yeah, I say we get
there
closer.
may be,
Agree.
even if
we
we
have ways
goblins, they may be split up into groups or
Yeah.
something that we can. So
We have ways of keeping quiet, disguising ourselves, things like that.
Okay, but you guys set off.
Maybe I'll
Yes.
get to be an orc and a goblin in the same day.
Goals.
All right.
It'd be a very
Take
tall-
off on the wagon. The terrain is kind of rough. You can't go fast. It's not really mountainous, but a very rocky terrain. So, to avoid busting a wagon wheel or causing any damage to the cart, you have to go slow and take your time. Occasionally a wheel gets stuck between rocks and you guys will have to help Henry get through that part, but it's not too difficult. And probably about 6 hours, you get to you come up on a small cliff. You can see it in the distance, so it's not like a sudden thing, but when you get to this cliff face, it's kind of a U-shaped cliff, like a horseshoe. And down below, you can see a small mountain with a very obvious cave mouth opening, guarded by a single goblin wearing rusty armor. He's sitting on a rock.
But what time of day
Hold
is
on.
it?
He's
Is it in the
sitting on a
middle of the
rock.
afternoon? Oh, sorry.
And he's throwing rocks at a small cup. It actually looks like the small metal camping cups that you would find in a travel pack. Not typical goblin fare, but he's should be on guard duty, but he's throwing rocks trying to get them to land in the cup from about 5 feet away.
Is he trying to make a TikTok video?
Well, you guys, it's actually just about nightfall. You guys had traveled a good part of the day to get to the orc camp, and then 6 hours past that. So it'll probably be dark in about an hour.
Okay.
Question: as far as Ferr's lay on hands, what does he have to do to get that back? Like, is that a timed thing? Is it based on a
Long rest?
Long rest.
Yeah,
Okay.
long rest. Yeah.
So if we're getting ready to go into a battle, we probably want to have a long rest beforehand, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Yeah. There's no way we're going in there now.
Yeah. So we need to find a spot to make camp, I would guess.
Okay. Yeah, I'll observe. I'll take first watch, and I'm going to just observe what happens down below.
Okay.
Real
Is
stealthy-
in
real
the area that
stealthy-like.
we're at, you said that we're overlooking this area. Like, is there a spot
Cover?
that we can camp that's going to be kind of off the road and out of not?
So there's no road. You didn't take a road to get here.
Okay.
This is a trails area, if anything.
Okay.
Mostly wilderness that you traveled through to get here. It looks like if you follow either side of the horseshoe of the cliff around, you'll get to the edge of the mountain and then can descend down the mountain on foot to where the mouth of the cave is.
Okay.
Basically, you're coming from behind the mouth of the cave into a clearing where the mouth of the cave is.
Oh, so we're up above.
Mhm.
We have to circle in and then go down. Okay.
Correct.
Like going down a canyon or something, right?
Yeah, basically. Except the hill is small and has quite an angled slope to it, so it would be easy to traverse.
Would be very easily seen doing
Yeah,
this.
it sounds like there's one way in, right?
If anybody was watching, yes. But like I said, there's one guard and he's playing games. So
Suggestion: if we need to get down there, do we think we should do that tonight, under the cover of darkness, and then camp somewhere down there? Does it look like there's any place that would be safe down there to
camp without being noticed? No. And anyone
we're
coming
going to
out
make a
of
lot
the-
of noise too. We're making a lot of noise.
Even if you were able to sneak down there, it's a pretty open area.
Okay.
At the bottom of the cliff, so anyone coming out of the cave would see you, for sure.
Okay.
Maybe we just go to sleep early and go first thing in the morning before dawn breaks fully.
If we light a fire, we should make it small so we're not seen.
I don't think we should light a fire at all.
It's gonna get
I
mighty
agree.
cold.
No fires. No fires.
Maybe you can spoon with your friend Gradduk.
Good idea.
You have no friends here.
It's a good idea.
He's got
Okay.
4.5 friends here.
Well, then he can spoon with them, but he needs to stay the hell away from me.
So we're setting up camp. We've eaten.
I'll take first watch.
Eénsek and Gradduk are taking first watch. Okay.
And I'm only asleep for 4 hours, so I'm going to really watch the opening there, and then I'll take.
All
the
right.
next.
I'm gonna sleep and try to get some of my my pool back.
As soon as Gradduk and Eénsek say they're taking watch, Cam just throws her little bedroll down and just goes to sleep.
Okay. Are you guys pulling back from the cliff to set your camp?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
No fire.
All right.
I mean, I'm going to sit under some sort of cover and just sort of stealthily peek down
Okay.
on the guard.
The entrance.
Do I need to do a
just
perception?
for party information, there is a small stove inside the wagon. So if you need to cook food, that's something. It has a chimney on it. At night, no one would see the smoke, but the flames are inside of a stove. So that's just something for you guys to know.
We may smell cooking food, though. Would we have to worry about that? Or nah, at this distance?
Possibly. Yeah, I mean, smoke rises, so you're probably okay. But goblins do have big schnozzes, so
We don't need 30 goblins rushing at us tonight, so
lining up with bowls for some soup.
let's eat jerky and whatever else we don't have to cook.
Yeah,
All right.
rations. So for the 4 hours that I'm going to be up, Joe, Gradduk, are you hanging with me, or are you hanging
Yep.
back, looking at another?
No, I'm-
okay.
I'm hanging near the wagon and checking on Beerish.
Oh, you're
every
back
now
by the
and then.
wagon. Okay, so I'm up further towards the end of the cliff. So do I
Okay.
notice anything for 4 hours?
Right at nightfall, like right before it's fully dark, another goblin comes out of the cave. This goblin is not wearing any armor. He's like bare from the waist up. He has a lot of scars, though. It looks like at some point that he probably took quite a lashing to his back. But he walks out. The armored goblin that was sitting there stands up, goes over and picks up the little coffee cup, hands it to the other one, and starts heading inside. That one pours the stones out in his hand. He sets the cup down, sits on a log, and starts tossing rocks.
Kind
At
of
the
sounds
cup.
like the Jacob Marley figure obscura mug.
Very similar. Very similar.
Marketing.
Just without all the cool print on it.
All right. So anything happened during our watch?
The only thing that might catch your attention, every once in a while, the goblin will look around, not in a suspicious way, like he hears something, but he'll just glance around, and when the moonlight hits his eyes, they kind of glow like
Like a big pizza pie.
Like a pizza pie.
you guys must be hungry, like a dog or a cat's would at night. You know,
Okay.
when light shines on them,
Hmm.
you would guess that goblins can probably see in the dark.
Mm. Duly noted.
But
Is it,
nothing else interesting
time for,
happens.
time for the next people to take watch?
Yeah.
Okay. Gradduk rolls out a bedroll next to the wagon, and he's out.
All right.
So I've had a. Does that count as a short rest?
No, so
No.
you don't have to be asleep to be resting. It's just a lack of physical activity. So you could rest for 8 hours without actually sleeping. You just can't do anything that would be classified as strenuous.
Okay. So if I'm up for the next 4 hours on watch and nothing occurs, that's going to be considered a long rest.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Being on watch is not strenuous unless you're attacked and have to fight. Then that would interrupt your rest.
Eénsek, Gradduk, see anything? Anything we should be aware of while we take a watch? Anything
Changing the
unusual?
guard, but they all seem to come from the same school of guardianship.
Pretty lackadaisical.
Gradduk's already asleep.
I'm gonna go meditate.
All right. Cam, do you want to be
Somewhere else.
Do you want anywhere particular, Cam?
She'll just she'll post up somewhere if is there like a tree or a rock she can like put her back to and like look down into the canyon.
Trees, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you're going to keep an eye on the cave. I'll keep an eye on our perimeter.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right. Around midnight, the guards change again. This time the goblin comes out. The goblin that comes out. At first, he's wearing a long coat, but then you realize that he's wearing like a normal, but with like the sleeves rolled up, it just looks like a long coat on his short stature. It has some rips and tears in it, but the quality of it, it's not goblin made. Not quite to the point of being a noble, but it has like gold filigree on the collar and things like that. So he definitely got it someplace else. But he comes out. The other one passes him the cup. He starts throwing rocks at the cup.
These guys have obviously been to the Mythoss consignment store. Okay.
Right.
Sorry, I'm typing.
Nothing's happened. We don't hear anything in
Sorry.
the woods or anything around us.
No. I mean, normal sounds. It's a colder time of year, so there's not a lot of birds chirping at night or anything like that. But normal forest sounds, background effects. It doesn't seem like that there's anything scaring away the local wildlife.
So
Okay.
that's still going on. That the local wildlife's not very abundant. Like it was
It seems more abundant in this area than near where the statue was at. Yeah. So you guys have traveled quite a ways since that, more than a few days travel.
All right. So we've got about an hour till the sun rises. Should we rouse everybody up and decide, make a plan here?
Yeah, you can do that if you wish. Sure.
Alright.
You guys, it sounded like bedded down early so that you could be up early. So you'll have gotten your complete 8 hours of rest.
So we can
Lay
hit
on
long
hands,
rest.
recharge, spell slots returned,
Taking a
so
long
on and
rest.
so forth.
Rest. Reset.
Yeah, make sure you hit confirm on that. It's a little weird.
Oh yeah. Okay. All good.
Is
All right.
is Cremone making us breakfast?
No
You
breakfast.
guys said no fire.
Nothing
Well,
hot.
we said not at night. Didn't say anything about in the morning.
Well,
Well, unless you correct him, he has been instructed to not light a fire. So,
But I'm sure he's complaining about it.
but I wasn't going to, but I can. You know that breakfast is the staple, sets the pace for the entire day. If you do not have a nutrient-enriched breakfast, how are you expected to have strength for the entire day?
Cam pulls out a ration.
So you
strip,
don't need to eat.
bites into it, and then starts slowly making her way towards the left side of the crescent.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to where I was kind of hiding out and looking down there too, just to spot anything.
Okay. At
So
this point of the
not-
morning, the goblin in the nice jacket is still out there.
is the thought to walk the crescent and look down and see if we can spot anything? From one tip of the U to the other?
How high, or I guess how far is it from where we're at to where we see the goblins on patrol? Like, is it
not
ranged distance to where
No patrol. It's just a single goblin on guard right outside the mouth of the cave.
Is it within range distance if, let's say, we wanted Cam to take the guard out? Is that something that we would be able to do from where we're at?
What size bow do you have, Cam?
Longbow.
It is within range of a longbow, yes.
Okay, here.
So it's still dark, right?
Ish. The sun is starting to come up, so it's like
Morning.
that. Yeah, that first light at dusk kind of thing. Like it's still dark, but light is starting to make everything easier to see.
So
Um,
hear me out. I can disguise one of you, and I can put this hat on, and we can both make our way over there as goblins. If we came in behind him, we could just tell him we're there to relieve him.
What if we take out the god and you disguise one of us as the god? And then when we're
We could do that as well.
we can spy on the camp and see what's going on.
Yeah, we could do that as well.
The guard thinks that's a terrible idea.
And so, Joe, with detect thoughts, am I too far away for that? Or is that kind of just like, oh no, it's 30 feet. Yeah, never mind. Okay.
Yeah, you are too far away. The cliff face right now is around 30 feet, and then he's probably another 50 feet beyond that. Like if you were measuring in an L, straight down the cliff.
Yeah. Okay.
Straight over. So
All right.
Cam,
what do you
I
What's the
think you're a
plan?
great shot, but we would have to
Cam's
make sure
too.
that
She's farther away. Like she's not within communication
Shouting range?
distance.
Okay. She's a
And actually,
bit of a
you don't
loose
see
cannon
Cam-
sometimes.
You don't
somebody...
see Cam at all. You see a goblin where Cam was with a bow.
Okay. Who's fast here? Could somebody go after her and find out what's going on? We've got a little bit of a plan here, and we really need to all work together.
Wait a minute. Where Cam was, there's now a goblin.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something?
And if I'm still within, walking closer doesn't change the distance to the cave, right? Like,
Are you in sight of? Are you like visible? Is she visible?
I'm not trying to.
I mean,
hide.
not invisible, but like, yeah, just walking around like in plain sight down this slope. Okay.
I mean, she's not like walking directly to the way I understand it, we're at like a crescent.
Correct.
She's walking along the one side, curving around and looking down into the
okay.
the opening is.
So The opening is on the open side of the crescent down at the bottom of a small hill. The mouth of the cave is set into the bottom of the hill.
Okay, it looks like we're going. Who wants to be a goblin? Gradduk?
But hang on, did Cam put the hat on? What am I missing? Why is Cam a goblin all of a sudden?
Cam's been a goblin the whole time.
I thought she was okay. That's right. I was thinking more of a Fuzzmunk.
Well, I'm
Which
checking
is-
for the hat now.
She is a
making
fuzz-
sure that I have it in my.
That's-
Fuzzmonks are goblins.
That's right. Okay, sorry. I'm thinking traditional goblin. Okay,
still have
so
the hat on
she,
Yeah, I'm lost as to why we saw Cam and now we see a goblin. He specifically said
That's
goblin,
true.
not we see Cam, who is a woodland goblin.
That's true. I
Oh,
mean, if we're
but
playing, we
no.
don't know.
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I
You're
was
a goblin. You're a
confused.
goblin. You're a green
Can
goblin.
I try to
You're a
sneak
little-
up on the goblin at the cave entrance in stealth? I don't need to get into. I don't want to get into melee range. I still want to
Okay.
get within bow range.
Hang on. Perception. I need to. Do we know what's going on here? Like, can we recognize anything on her that we recognize as hers?
I don't know what's going on here.
Crossbow. Well, I can't do a insight check. Can I do an insight check, or is she too far away?
I only rolled a 9 stealth.
Okay.
Jesus,
1 second.
wild card.
All right. I will make a perception roll. That is a 14 on perception.
Okay.
The goblin, like as you're headed down the hill, it's a smooth slope, but you bump some rocks with your feet, and it
Okay.
kind of does that cascading rock effect, you know, where one rock kind of causes a few more to slide, and it makes a rustle. The goblin looks up, Jesse, and sees Cam, and then kind of gives a half-cocked smile and goes back to throwing his rocks.
All right, I was watching this, and now I see, and I'm like,
Yeah.
where did this one come from? Where did this one come from?
I don't know, but
That's a natural 20 plus 7 to hit.
That does, in fact, hit.
The goblin that is standing where you thought Cam was has drawn their longbow and shoots at the goblin at the cave entrance.
Oh my god, that's Cam, isn't it?
Damage, please.
That is
Okay.
15.
It's-
Piercing.
So much for a plan.
All right, the arrow strikes the goblin right in the side of his big green head. He goes, "Ah!" and falls over, dead.
It's go time. Who wants to be a goblin?
Cam scurries down.
I put my hat on.
and
I'm a goblin.
Pulls him out of the view of the entrance.
Okay.
And
I'm
takes
just
his
gonna
place.
start scrambling after down the hill as a goblin.
So I'm lost. Does Cam have some ability that
You don't know.
disguise herself that I don't know about?
You don't know.
I don't know what your abilities are. Why would you know what my abilities are?
Because we're a group. I don't know. I thought we were supposed to be in this.
I don't
together,
tell you
but-
everything I can do, Curtis. I mean, you know.
Okay.
I got nothing to
Um,
hide.
I thought that was what we've been talking about the whole time is what everybody can do, but okay.
So Cam reaches up.
Well,
and
now
she
we
just
know.
kinda, like, waves at
Tell
you
us.
guys.
Okay.
I'm just running down.
waving at us.
I'm a goblin as well, and I'm just gonna run down the slope towards.
Gradduk, what are we
She
doing? Are we
is.
going? Are we want observing?
I guess we're just gonna go in half cocked. That's fine.
Are you bringing?
Your lady friend? Is she
Yeah,
coming?
we leave everybody at the.
Oh, wait a minute.
But she wasn't able to fight, so we'll leave
Well,
her.
she's
in
had a long
her
rest
and-
too. Is she?
She's an NPC. She doesn't work under the same rules that player characters do. She's gonna
okay.
need probably about a month to heal back to full strength.
Okay, so she's not a
Unless
danger.
Or good for a
in other
couple of
words.
days. I'm sure
Okay.
she's got several levels of exhaustion in player character terminology.
All right.
Yeah, but the wagon should be safe.
Gradduk
It
starts
doesn't
heading
appear
down.
that the goblins have any patrols around or anything like that.
Tira, keep an eye on
Well, thank-
everybody. We're going in.
Well, thank Xylona for that.
All right.
I'll do what I can. Jesse, as you're dragging the body back away from the entrance of the cave, you notice like a black smoke, like a little puff of black smoke, like come out of the goblin's mouth and just dissipate into the air.
That's weird.
Am I down there yet?
You guys are on the way, yeah. Sure.
Okay.
No, I mean close enough to talk to her.
Yeah.
Okay.
We all are.
Was
And
that
she's
audible?
sitting there. She looks like an amalgam of the goblins we've seen throughout the night. Not like facially, but she just looks like a regular green skin goblin wearing, like a hodgepodge of the types of clothing they've had on, but nothing like too distinct like that very unique coat.
Well, I'm going to take the coat. And is the coat still there?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
did
the
it-
coat's
okay. It didn't disintegrate. Okay.
No. It's a normal coat, but one of a finer quality. Like this is definitely the result of a seamstress or someone of the like putting some love into care into it. The fabrics aren't quite the quality of something that you would see a noble wearing, but the pattern and design of it is.
Yeah, point being, I'm going to sort of kneel down next to it and study the face and the shape and the color, and I'm going to look using the hat and put the coat on.
All right.
Okay, while you're doing that,
Draw my crossbow.
Cam, I don't know what you just did, and it worked out, but maybe a little reckless. Appreciate if you'd share plans before doing something like this.
And wasn't that literally what you just said we were going to do?
Yes, but
Take out-
as a group,
Yeah.
Standing
together.
around talking too much, and they were going to come pouring out of there as soon as the daylight hit. We need to
Well,
take
now they're
advantage.
coming
of the dark
pouring out of
and
here.
Well, we don't know that. How about Eénsek?
All right.
Now you look like the guy. Go sit there, start throwing rocks in a cup, wait for the changing of the guard. We can be on either side of the cave entrance, and let's see what happens. Does that
And in a
sound
few
good?
weeks, you guys have killed all 30 without any investment.
Well, hey, at least we can get one
Exactly.
more. Maybe we can take one of them alive and question him.
I'm just going to poison this rock, and like every time they pick it up, it's just.
I did notice as this guy expired, some little bit of black smoke poured out of his mouth.
Wait, what? Really?
Is that normal?
I-
I don't know much about goblins.
That doesn't seem normal. Joe, is this a time when I could use
I do speak goblin.
my divine sense, Joe?
Yes, you could.
So what do I have to do for that? Do I,
You just use it, and then you can detect basically supernatural evil, undead demons, things like that, within the range of it, which I think is 30 feet.
it says 60 feet. I think. Let me double check. 60 feet. Okay. So let's just say I do that while we're waiting for the changing of the guard.
Okay. You activate your divine sense. The body of the goblin glows a very slight red, and it is beginning to diminish. Like the brightness of it is fading as his body is getting colder. But there might have been something more to it when he was alive. Other than that, nothing else is highlighted by your sense in that area.
Can we assume that this sword of Bragger, is imbuing some sort of supernatural powers on these goblins because they're near it in this cave?
It's a good guess.
It didn't help him survive.
Or they're just possessed by whatever demon happens to be hanging onto that sword in there at this point.
Yeah.
Didn't he say the sword used to belong to a demon?
They
But now
did,
the
but you never know when they might come back.
Isn't the sword possessed by the demon now? I thought that's what they said.
Joe, based on the rotation
know.
of the guards that we've seen, how close are we to another transition?
Probably about an hour or so.
Oh,
It's cursed. The sword is cursed, but it's not necessarily
it's not
possessed.
Okay.
So,
We don't know what that
Trevor,
means.
when you took the jacket, what did you do with it?
I put it on.
Okay,
And
When
I
you-
cast mage armor.
mage armor.
Just so, yeah.
When you put the jacket on, you feel something inside the breast pocket. Checking, there is a scroll rolled up and stuffed into the pocket, the inside pocket.
Okay. I'm assuming I can probably read that, or I can try to read it.
Okay, if you take it out and open it, it is a spell scroll,
Okay.
and it's the spell Scorching Ray. This jacket apparently belonged to a wizard before the goblin ended up with it.
Nice. Okay. You just got to tell me.
Not
what it
nice for the wizard.
is. Is that an inventory thing, or is that a?
So you can
Yes. Yeah.
one
scroll.
of two things. You can cast the spell off of the scroll for a one-time use, or you can, at your next rest, transfer it to your spell book so that you have access to the spell.
Yeah. Give it to me one more time. What was it?
Scorching Ray.
Scorching
It's a
ray.
second
Right.
level
Yep, I've
spell.
heard that. Yep.
Was the wizard's name Mark McGrath by chance?
I don't get that reference.
That's good.
Okay.
Your daughter will love that one, Nate.
Yeah,
She probably won't even get that either.
I got it.
Okay, so it's not it's not an inventory, even under scrolls. So how the hell do I get this? All right, I'm just gonna write it down. I got it. We'll move on here.
Okay. Jesse, is Cam keeping an eye on the entrance to the cave?
Sorry, I was muted because I was typing. She's standing on the same side as the guard was, or like off to the side, so she's not pointing her arrows at the rest of the party. And she's got one drawn and knocked, and she's listening. She does speak Goblin, so she's listening down to see if she hears anything coming.
Okay. Can I get her to make a perception listen check, please?
Sure.
Is the opening open? Did I just miss that, or is there a door?
No, it's open.
It's just a cave.
It's just
You said
a cave.
perception, right?
Yeah. Perception listen. It's a hearing check. If you have any bonuses for that, I don't know.
I don't think so. 13.
I'm going to use
All right.
my dark vision to see if I can see anything down at 60 feet.
Um,
At the edge.
yes, I'll get
Just
to that
outside
one
the edge.
second.
Okay.
Cam can hear whistling,
Oh.
like a very classically influenced whistling coming from the cave. Goblins are not known for their whistling. Their lips are too big. So you're guessing something else is making the whistling sound. But anyone who's been in a city, it has that tone of like a classical piece of music. It's not like war chants or, anything or like, a
Camp
cheap tavern dive bard type music.
Goblin Cam snarls, like lip curl snarls, looks at Eénsek goblin and says, "Some whistlers fucking coming down the cavern entrance."
Can I
Ken
just
said
go?
swear.
We don't whistle.
That's my point.
Oh.
Get ready.
Get ready, everyone. Get ready.
I draw my new longsword.
Are we
Alright.
just hanging back being casual, you and I?
We're on.
We're just
Well,
goblins?
you're sitting there like you're.
Yeah.
You're the
Okay,
guard,
yeah.
right?
Okay.
I'm on the other side of the cave with my axe,
Yeah.
up in the air, but out of sight.
Okay, those of you with dark vision can see into the cave far enough to see. Yes, correct.
Mhm.
I can see further.
Then 60 feet. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well,
90 feet.
90 feet. Nice. About 30 feet into the cave, it's a largemouth cave. It heads in and then dips down. That blocks your vision farther in. You'll have to travel about 30 feet in before you can see down the slope. More into the cave. But about 15 feet in, there's a smaller path off to the right that is less than half of the diameter of the main cave that splits off to the right, but stays at the level of the ground where you guys are at right now. That appears to be where the whistling is coming from.
But you don't see any more.
Does it sound like
goblins
it's
coming this
moving, or
way?
does it just sound like it's coming from there?
Getting closer.
It's echoing through a cave, so it's hard to tell, but it's not getting louder or softer. So you could assume that it's staying in the same place.
Can they see enough in the cave to know, is it like completely wide open, or is there? Can we start sort of sneaking in and hiding behind rocks, or like
The cave is
gates or
mostly
perils
open. There's not like stalagmites or anything like that to hide behind. But you also don't see any other goblins, at least immediately inside. To the point of where it descends into the earth, you don't see any other life.
Okay.
Gradduk walks inside the cave.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
What did I just say?
whoa.
What did I just say?
You're the last one that should go. Let me go. They know me.
Yeah.
Go.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
All right.
So I walk slowly towards the front of the cave. Cam,
Cam will go
Back.
with him.
back me up here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to
Gradduk.
walk in
let's
slowly,
hold back and see what these
cautiously.
guys do.
If I cast detect magic when we're in there, that's I got to concentrate. Well, is that that's a divination, right? Like I don't have to.
That's
do
a
is it
ritual. Detect magic
Is it
is a ritual. It'll take you 10 minutes to cast.
Take me 10 minutes. Okay, never mind. Okay. Anything? Are we seeing anything? Is the whistling getting louder? Can we perceive which direction it's going or coming or anything like that?
Yeah, as you guys head in, the whistling is definitely coming from the smaller path off to the right. That one continues at a flat level, no decline,
Oh, hang on.
and
Gradduk,
kind of
where are you?
winds
Did
into
we leave you
the.
behind? Shit. I can turn you into a goblin. Do you want to be a goblin?
Who'd you ask? Sorry.
Gradduk.
Me or
or
Gradduk?
you?
You asked Gradduk? Go ahead. Gradduk? You
Gradduk's
want to be a
already
goblin?
green. Maybe they might be a little more receptive to him. Ferr, you want to be a goblin?
Sure. Let's do it.
All right. So I'm going to cast disguise self on. Oh wait, can that be cast on someone else? Oh no.
So when I become a new,
Hang on.
if I become a goblin, do I lose all my inventory, or am I still carrying like my longsword and stuff?
It just, if he can do it, it
It's a
just changes
disguise.
your appearance up to a foot smaller or larger than your natural self.
You just look that way. If somebody like were to hit you, up above
It's
where
like a hologram
the
projection.
head is. It's like a hologram. Yeah, exactly. All right, so I'm going to give you the hat. You be the goblin. I'm going to cast disguise self on myself. So
Okay,
that's 2
same thing for
slots.
the hat. Is that a similar
Probably not the best thing in
the
the
way it
world.
works? It's
You
like
know what? Let's
hologram?
not do that. Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Okay.
Let's keep going. Sorry.
All right,
thought.
where are you guys going?
We're going to go towards the whistling, I guess.
Okay. All right, you guys start heading down that cave. It just kind of winds through the rock. It's apparent that they've kind of hollowed it out, but following a natural path. That's why it's not just like, arrow straight. You guys continue following that, and then it opens up into a larger cave. The cave's probably 60 feet in length. Maybe 40 feet in diameter. The center of it has a chasm. Hanging over the chasm are 6 cages. They look of goblin make, made out of like sticks and twine. Not great quality. They're being hung by from the ceiling from goblin rope. You see 3 of the cages are empty. The bottoms have like a release on them that drop. 3 of them have occupants. 1 appears to be a dwarf. 1 appears to be a human, and 1 appears to be a goblin. And they're all kind of just sitting in the cages, and the human is the one that's whistling.
So you're saying a dwarf, a human, and a goblin.
Are all in separate cages, yes.
Okay.
Welcome to a tavern.
Do they see us? Have they seen us yet?
They don't appear to.
Are you guys
the
with
human,
us?
We're
The
behind
human-
you.
We're behind
Okay,
you.
you're hanging. Yeah, like
Yeah,
a few
maybe
feet behind.
like 20, 30 feet behind you.
Okay.
The human probably has no chance of seeing you because he cannot see in the dark. Looking at him, though, he appears to be wearing wizard's robes, but he's missing an arm. The sleeve on his left side just lays down at the side of his body, quite
The
empty.
sleeve of wizard.
Sleeve of wizard.
But he is whistling the beautiful tune that you hear. The dwarf is laying flat in the bottom of the cage, just staring up at the ceiling of the cage. And the goblin is kind of hunched down, sitting in the corner with his eyes like jutting around.
Is there any other entrances into this room besides the one we're in?
It does not appear so. Also, the chasm is about 20 feet wide.
And how high above us are they? Or they're down below? But in
No, they're hung up over the chasm. They're
Okay.
So they're out from the edge. They're probably 10 feet out and 10 feet up would be the height of the bottom of the cage.
So you walk into the cave and it drops down at a certain point, and that's into this chasm, right?
Right.
But then
About
there's
halfway
these
in.
kind of the side route that goes around it, around the outside of the.
No,
The
actually, the chasm. Well, you
Well,
guys
where
can't-
we're walking,
right. So the chasm is about halfway into the room. You can't really see down into the chasm to see what the chasm is. The chasm appears to be natural, though.
Mhm.
So, yeah, unless you go up to the edge, you're not really going to be able to get a good look at what's going on with the chasm.
Are the ropes hanging from the ceiling of this cave, or are they
Yes.
like gonna?
There's a metal ring, which you're guessing was a piton driven into the roof, and then one on the ground on your side that the rope is tied to. So you could walk up and just pull the rope loose, and they would fall into the chasm. Each cage has its own rope.
And we could also put enough slack in the rope and to bring him back to the edge of the chasm if we chose to save him.
Yes, so there is another rope tied to the bottom of the cage that it looks like if you pull it, the bottom drops out. But that rope could also be used to pull the cage back over to the your side of the cliff to be reloaded. so to speak.
Okay. Listen, we've got to get this sword, right?
Yes.
We should rescue these people. But
Yes.
maybe not now?
Well, I know
Maybe.
dwarves are
don't
quite
we don't wanna-
the battlers, and they have no love for goblins.
Maybe the human and the dwarf, but not the goblin.
Yeah.
We don't know what state they're in. Well, if he's a goblin, he's been trapped. I mean, he's obviously not with these guys.
Unless it's a trap.
Well, yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Or it's at least going to tip someone off before we get any further.
Can we pull the dwarf over to us and question him?
Before anything starts getting pulled, Cam goes back to the entrance to the side tunnel and is keeping watch into the main tunnel.
Okay.
Like back a little bit, not right in there, but like keeping watch and listening out there.
Okay.
I say we pull the dwarf over and question him. Maybe he can shed some light on what's going on here.
Can I just peer over into this chasm?
Are you
Below
guys
them?
going to head up towards
Oh, is
the
that
edge?
we have to go over there? Okay, we're not right there.
Yeah. There's no way to look into the chasm without entering the room.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
I
go.
would say we head that way.
Yeah, I'll go and.
All right.
Yeah, Eénsek
And
and
I mean, again, I'm a goblin. Nobody's really
Yeah.
going to be too like, hey,
Right.
what's
right. I don't want the goblin that's in the cage to sound.
What
the
I'm trying to
alarm.
see, dark vision 60 feet. Is there a bottom to this chasm, and how far down is it? If can I tell?
All right. Heading up to the edge. When you get about halfway into the room, the dwarf reacts, finally seeing you, and he kind of he seems to pull himself up to the edge of the cage with his hands, not really using his legs, and kind of peers like he's not sure what to think of you. The goblin has still got that same kind of wild-eyed look on his face, but he doesn't like dwell on you for too long. And the human is just kind of moves his head around like he might hear something. He stops whistling at this point, but of course he can't see you because it's pitch black in here.
Can I go up to Cam and say, Cam, I'll keep an eye on the entrance, and I suggest you go over to the rope that's holding that goblin in the cage there and be ready to cut it at a moment's notice.
All right, fine.
That's okay. I don't know if I heard
So-
that, but
Trevor, when you get up to the edge and you look over the side, the chasm is a natural chasm, and it actually runs longer than the length of each side of the cavern. So the holes continue on. There's a small stream going down the center, but you can see two giant scorpions down there and a
Whoa.
lot of bones.
what was that? Giant what? You cut
Scorpions, giant scorpions,
And a
and a lot of bones.
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 Okay.
They
Cool.
look to be of various races, not anyone specific.
All right.
And no, nothing else. Just okay. So this is a feeding chamber of some sort. I'm gonna go back and just tell these guys what I saw,
Okay.
and deduce that it's a feeding chamber or something, or at least it's torture with the idea that every once in a while somebody's gonna get the rope.
Yeah. I say the goblin that's hanging there looks sketchy, so keep an eye on him. And can we pull the dwarf or the human over and question them, and be ready to cut the goblin down if he sounds any kind of an alarm?
Well, I mean, we're looking at these cages, and like the rope on the bottom that looks like it's like it's got a weight on it or something like that, or is it like how does it or is it attached?
It's attached
to,
to
where
a pin.
Okay.
So if you pull the rope on the bottom, it looks like it'll pull the pin out and drop the bottom of the cage out.
Yeah. you
Right.
gotta
So we
be
can't
careful.
move that rope. I mean, we can deduce that by looking at it, like trap wise.
Yes.
It's like okay.
Now you could pull the cage
Oh.
over after the bottom's been dropped. But it looks like they didn't have the engineering foresight to actually rescue anyone that's been put in the cage.
Ah, I missed that.
So we can't pull them over without.
We can't pull them over.
it.
Correct.
Unless
We have some sort
unless
of
they know
rope
it's
or
coming.
something.
But since they're, it's like, you know.
Wait, aren't
Like-
you a wizard? Can't you do something with like magic and float a piece of rope out to the cage that they can tie on, and you can pull it back over?
Or if they know the bottom's going to drop out, can't they just hold on to it and then
Well,
the
not the
bottom
guy with
drops
one
out?
arm.
They hold on to it and we pull them over.
I mean, I can explain this in character, I suppose, but I can feather fall anyone. We could all feather fall into this pit and fight these
Then
scorpions.
we'll just slowly.
Why would we want to do that?
Yeah.
Can we feather fall those guys?
Fun?
Then they just
Yeah, but they can only
slowly
fall down there, and then they're eaten by scorpions.
Oh, we
There's
can't.
no feather. It's not feather retrieve.
Float?
It's feather fall. No, it's not feather float. It's feather fall.
All right. I think
So the only way of getting them out of there is to do that. Is to somehow get rid of the danger below. I mean, I don't know if we can
We
shoot
could
these
throw them
things
a
from where we
separate
are.
rope.
Aren't they only like
what?
10 feet up?
And 10 feet over.
Okay.
Well, we could
Yeah.
potentially throw them another rope and have them tie it onto the cage and pull it over via that. Correct?
Yeah, but it's going to pull out. That rope is
the-
still going to pull, and the bottom's going to fall out.
No.
Now, if we throw them a
rope.
new rope, our
Yeah.
rope, to hold on to, it won't pull out the pin. We just release the pin from the wall, the rope that's tied to the wall, and let it hang.
The
free.
bottom will fall out, and they'll be hanging on a rope through the cage.
No, we don't.
No.
We don't touch the.
There's
rope on the
there's two
bottom.
ropes.
Yeah.
One rope to the bottom and one rope that suspends the cage, is what they're saying.
But we can have a third rope because we had rope from Cremon's pack that we could throw our rope over
To
to
what?
them.
To them.
To them, they
Yes.
can catch it and tie it to the cage,
and we can
pull
pull
the
that
cage
rope
over.
so it angles towards the ledge of the room,
Yeah.
and then let them come out that way.
They're still gonna. I mean, they're still gonna have to do a bit of acrobatics to get like the rope. I'm just thinking about how they're grabbing the rope inside the cage. Now we've pulled them over, and they've got to like climb down the cage and grab the rope to get over to where
We
you
would
know,
throw
as
them
far
the
as we
rope.
can pull them.
They
You know what I
catch the
mean?
rope.
Like, and they're
We throw
old.
the rope. They catch the rope.
Or
They tie the
weak.
rope to the cage. Now
Yeah.
we pull the rope, and the cage comes over to us. They're not having
But the
to do
bottom
any
opens up on the way, and they have to
bottom
hang
doesn't
on to the
open up
cage.
on the
The
way
bottom's
because-
not going to open unless we yank the bottom pin out.
Yeah, we're not touching
No,
it.
no, I
we-
thought it was on a pin, and if you pull the cage, the bottom falls off. Is that not? Am I not?
No,
Pull
there's
the rope.
We
there's two ropes.
untie the bottom rope.
Don't
from
get
the wall.
don't get exasperated. The way Joe was explaining it was like the bottom would fall out if you pulled it.
If we pull,
you pull
the
bottom rope.
the bottom rope, we're not pulling the
But
bottom
if you
rope.
leave the bottom rope in place, the pin will stay in place.
Yes. We can
Okay.
pull the cage to us,
There-
and it's going to make more
Okay.
slack in the rope. It's not going to make the pin fall.
So the rope that's attached to the bottom of the cage is attached to the cliff on the same side that you guys are on also. It's meant that someone could come in and at any time dump them to the scorpions.
Yeah.
So if we untie that pin from the wall, the rope that's from the wall to the pin that releases the door, if we unloosen that from the wall, it's just going to dangle. And
Love a
then
good
there's no
dangle.
danger of the pin getting pulled out.
Correct. Or even if you pulled the cage towards you, it won't put any pressure
Yeah,
on
'cause
that
it's gonna
rope, and
put-
also
Yeah.
not
I mean,
pull
is
the
there
rope.
enough
Yeah.
slack that we could
No, that's easy.
hold that rope? So once they're out, once the cage opening is closer to the ledge, we can pull it so they can get out.
Yeah.
So here's
No,
the
all,
cage.
all the ropes are
Ropes
on your
hanging down.
side.
Loosen this rope, throw our rope to it, use that rope to pull it over, then pull the pin rope out, and they can just plop out onto the ground.
Yeah. Or you could pull the cage all the way over. I mean,
Is there
They're
is there
designed-
enough slack that it will?
yeah,
come
they're
to the
designed
ground?
to do that so that they can reload them.
So there's a counterbalance somewhere that we just
Or
can't
it's
see
on a-
that's
So
keeping.
they
line
can
or something
reload
above,
them
something?
like that.
Okay, we get the rope out of our packs. Who are we gonna? Are we bringing the dwarf? Or are we bringing the human over?
Let's do the dwarf.
Okay. Toss your rope, Gradduk. Cam, I'd still be on the... Or I'll do it. I'll stand over by the goblin's pin rope.
I'll go back watching at the entrance.
You throw the rope, Gradduk. The dwarf like flops down and tries to pull himself over, and he doesn't get over quite fast enough, and the rope hits the side of the cage and falls down. He says, "You're gonna have to try again. My legs gonna work."
I was just gonna say, I think something's wrong with his legs.
What is the what's the term I'm looking for? When you can aid someone? Is there anything?
Aid another?
Guidance.
Sorry, say it again.
Guidance.
Yeah. Do I even have guidance? No, I guess not.
Guidance is a clerical spell.
Yeah. Okay.
A clerical cantrip.
I pull the rope back in. I toss it again towards the dwarf.
All right. He attempts to grab it and rolls a natural 20. Sticks his little stubby hand right through and snatches that rope right out of the air. That's a pretty good throw. But I gotta ask, why are you doing this?
We'll ask the questions. You get over
Detect
here.
thoughts. Detect thoughts.
All right. That's a save, right?
Yeah. Has an intelligence of 3 or lower. Doesn't speak a language. Creature's unaffected, but that's not him. Where is it? Casting time, 1 action. Wisdom 14.
Okay. It's awkward. Oh, there we go. Okay, he does not save. You can read his thoughts.
Okay.
His surface thoughts right now are focused on distrust. He doesn't know why goblins are trying to save him, and he's afraid that he's being set up to be dropped to the scorpions while he's being laughed at.
But can he see me and Gradduk and know that I'm not a goblin and he's not a goblin?
Gradduk is an orc, and you're a Minotaur.
So we're still imposing.
Yeah.
I mean, not classically always good races, So he's uncertain.
Okay.
So the last thing he asked us was what? Why are we doing this?
Yeah. Why are you doing this?
Do you want to be saved or not?
I want to be saved. I don't want to be dropped to those beasties down below.
Then tie the rope to the cage so we can pull you over.
How do I know you won't drop me?
If we wanted to drop you, we would pull the pin now.
He studies you for a minute and then starts tying the rope. He ties a fancy knot. Being a dwarf, he knows all that stuff.
Fancy knot. Yeah.
Question to the group. Can I dispose of the goblin that's outside?
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, we should have done that.
Wait, which one?
The one
that
dead?
I killed.
Yeah. I mean,
dispose of the body. I thought he's withered away already, didn't he?
No, smoke came out of him. He didn't wither away.
Came out, but he's still there. I don't see why we.
That's right. The red glow withered away. That's right. Okay.
Well, you drug him away from the mouth of the cave, right, where he's just not easily seen.
Yeah.
But if someone else goes out on duty, they'll probably find him pretty easily.
Duty.
Well, there is goblin blood all over the ground, so that might be a clue. Sure.
Gradduk starts pulling the cage of the dwarf over to the side.
Wow.
All right.
While this is going on, Joe, what's going on with the human and the other goblin in the cage? How are they reacting?
Well, I was just going to say I can switch my attention as an action to another creature.
Okay.
So I'm going to switch over to the goblin and see what's going on behind those wacky eyes.
All right.
I don't think he has to. As in,
If they're
cast a
unwilling, they
spell
get
as your
escape.
action on each turn. Oh, okay. You can focus your mind on any creature. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. If it was 3 or lower in intelligence, though, he's effective.
That's animal intelligence. You can't
okay.
read the mind of a donkey. That's
Oh,
what
okay.
the 3 or less is.
Okay.
Yeah.
He can't be that stupid then.
Gradduk can.
Right. All right. The goblin does save with a 15.
Wow, damn.
Bastard. His surface thoughts, though, you get just nothing clear, but his mind is racing. There's a jumble of thoughts going on around in there.
Okay.
I got my sword
Nothing
right
specific.
at the rope.
Just what we needed, an ADHD goblin. Sorry.
All right. So you get the dwarf pulled over far enough. He's close enough now that it looks like his legs don't work, though. If you pull the pin and it opens up, he's going to fall right on his face.
Can Gradduk catch him?
He's holding the rope.
Can you get him
How
to hold on
how
to
far
the
above is
cage
he? I can't do.
Inside.
I can pull
What I'm saying is
he's
he's not going to land on his feet. It appears his legs aren't working.
Have
I'm
him hold on
holding.
to the cage inside, pull the pin, and then have him reach down and hold on to the rope. Because his arms work, right?
Correct.
If he's got enough upper body strength to hold his weight.
He's a dwarf. He should, unless he's
I
really.
mean,
Why
I
don't
can
we
feather
just have
fall him, but
Ferr
that's another
catch him
spell
when
slot
we
before
pull
we
the
even
pin?
got into goblins here.
Yeah,
Anything
don't.
else?
I mean, Ferr should be able to catch him.
Yeah.
Or Eénsek, can't you just take the rope and Gradduk, you catch him?
I don't know how heavy this cage is, but I'm
Oh,
I'm a little goblin right now.
okay. All right.
I mean, I
I'm
guess
still-
I have my ordinary strength, but I'm still. Well,
Yeah,
that's
he's a
strong
pretty
roll.
little wizard, elf
right,
wizard.
get ready
You'd hate
to-
hand him the rope and then have the cage and the wizard go flying off the edge.
Gradduk, I get under the cage and just give you the nod to go ahead and pull the pin.
pull the pin.
Okay. He slides out. Yeah, you can catch him pretty easy.
Oh, make him make a performance check. No, I'm just kidding. Acrobatics.
Triple
All
somersault.
right. This is so embarrassing. They broke my legs and then healed them crooked, so I cannot escape.
First of all, what's your name, dwarf?
Drummer. Drummer,
Drummer?
they call me.
Say that again.
Drummer. Drummor. Drummer.
Thank you.
Drummer of the Steel Shield clan. I come for precious metals, and I'm getting my tuchus kicked as a result.
What can you tell us about the human that was up there, the wizard?
Oh, him? He's all right.
And what about the goblin? Why is he in a cage?
I just lean over to Gradduk while he's talking, and I said, 5 gold says the goblin's the one we want.
That they don't like anybody that won't go along with their program here. That one is a bit of a wild one. He just doesn't conform, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he looks that way about him. We were told that there's about 30 goblins in this cave. Is that true?
I never got the chance to count them when they were kicking me arse, but there might be. I'd guess less, though.
Um,
Are his injuries like healable, or is
Yeah,
this
just
Well, that's the
meant that-
problem. He is healed.
right? But he's healed
Oh.
crooked, so he's walking bow-legged or can't walk.
We'd have to
No,
re-break
he-
his legs.
He can't walk. You would have to re-break his legs and then heal him the correct way.
is that something we could do like that, or does that take time as well?
So you'd have to have someone with some kind of medical skill to break legs and realign them.
Oh,
Yeah, not to mention we're gonna have a screaming dwarf in our in here.
That and
Not
he
going
has
through the
thick
case.
legs, and they're probably not easy to break. So
bite a stick. All right, Dremore.
Why don't we get him out of the cave? Because he's not probably going to be able to do us much good in here.
No, or at least prop him up somewhere safe. And then let's get
Yeah,
this
all right,
wizard
with that.
down.
so embarrassing.
Don't worry about that.
We're gonna take care of you, Dremore. You just hang tight. Can we do the same thing with the wizard?
You have my thanks. You have my thanks. I thought for sure I was scorpion food.
I mean, I can toss the rope over to the wizard, but he's only got one arm, so how's he going to tie it to the cage?
Does Gradduk actually say that?
No, I'm talking to the group here. Just like
He can loop it around enough in there,
strategically.
can he? One arm.
He's got teeth, right?
We don't know.
Unless Cam was punching him in the mouth too.
Okay.
Not that I know of.
Let's try it. Time's a wasting.
I'll throw the rope to the wizard and see if he can tie it to the cage.
Do we know he's a wizard? How do we know he's a wizard? Sorry, we know he's.
He
a
just looks like a wizard.
I think you're wearing his jacket and took his spell.
Yeah.
Pardon me, I'm not deaf. I can hear you, you know.
Then catch this rope and try to tie it to the cage.
I'm sorry. Could you perhaps, I don't know, light a torch or something? I can't see you or the rope.
Okay. Light. I cast light.
Okay.
I'll
Light.
touch the edge of the cliff or something. So that's a 20-foot radius dim light.
Okay.
For 20 feet.
And
And then I ask him, "Are you a wizard by any chance?"
Yes, that is my profession. Right now, I'm a blind wizard. I've been in the dark for so long. These horrid goblins.
Are
Just
you
terrible.
packing any spells?
They took my spell book, the little buggers. I can only cast cantrips right now. Little good those do me. Though, I suppose the mage hand is useful. And he casts a mage hand, and it fills the end of the sleeve and actually makes it look like he has two arms, even though the sleeve does kind of flop around a bit.
Perfect. Now catch the rope.
I will do my best.
Gradduk tosses it over to him.
I did not study rope catching in wizard school.
Oh, it's not that hard.
Oh, I got it.
Another,
Good job.
just another Cremone.
I was just gonna say.
So he
skewing them,
he's
but
kinda-
we're absolutely torturing ourselves.
All right.
Does
So
he
while this
ties a granny knot, but he gets it
Fine, it
tied.
works.
All right. Gradduk
Pull him over, Gradduk.
pulls the cage to the side.
And
He kind of, as the cage starts to tilt, he's looking down. Be careful, please. The scorpions look hungry.
Get him to the edge. Over the part of the edge, and then
All right.
I pull the pin.
Whoa. And he drops to his feet. Kind of stumbles a little bit. Sorry, acrobatics were never my specialty.
that's okay.
You have my thanks.
And you
I am
are
Basilisk Milan,
Bask.
member of the Convocation of Basilia.
Basilisk Mulan?
Milan, M-A-L-O-N.
Milan.
And what brought you here, Basilisk?
I was passing by, got ambushed by goblins.
Did they take your arm?
Oh, no, the arm has been gone for a long time. That was from a troll bite some time ago, unfortunately. But I make do.
Are you in any position to help us take down the goblins?
I have no spells. They took my spell book.
You don't know any? You don't remember any?
I could cast some cantrips, but I don't know what use they would be. Most likely you would be spending your time trying to protect me, unfortunately. But I can, well, attempt to drag the dwarf out of here if you want me to rescue him. We haven't eaten in quite some time, but I believe I have enough strength left.
Yes, would you lend a hand with that?
Oh. Yes.
It's been some time. You should be over that by now.
Well, I know, but it was a bad pun.
Any
Length of time my
insight-
arm has been missing did not worsen my sense of humor.
You heard
Well,
what the
they're doing
dwarf
that-
said about this goblin hanging next to you. Do you have any more insight into him?
He wouldn't talk to me. I tried.
Cam, maybe you can ask him what the deal is.
Cam comes in Goblin just really, really gentle, like calls up to the goblin, like, "Hey friend, what's your story?"
He suddenly bounds to the other side of the cage closest to you and grabs the bars and presses his face like uncomfortably against them.
And she'll. I mean, she doesn't look like her. She still looks like a goblin. She just does.
He smiles big, and you can see one eye is like a metallic blue, and one eye is the
Okay.
normal yellow goblin color. It almost looks like he has a metal eye. Oh, I know what you are, puppet. Get me out of here and I'll help you. For certain.
What am I?
Well, you're a goblin, of course.
You're not entirely wrong.
Oh, I'm entirely right, I assure you. Hey, help me and
what's
I'll
your-
help you, yes?
What's your problem with the rest of your mates down here?
Their sword don't work on me, so they want to take me out.
So do you want to take them out?
Oh, I don't care what happens to them.
What do you mean by sword doesn't work on you?
Their sword doesn't work on me. I won't follow it. The sword gets in your mind. It takes your brain away. It won't work on me, though. I don't know why. I think I'm too smart.
I leaned over to Gradduk. I said, I'll take that 5 gold.
Not so fast. How many goblins are under this spell and in this cave?
Medium.
Meaning, can you give me a count?
No, I don't know how.
Would
Many
with
more
Cam
than
knowing
fingers?
goblin language, and probably having dealt with can she parse out an idea of what medium might mean? Or
Like-
is it so
Not a few and not a lot.
okay?
Medium.
I speak because I speak Goblin too. Where can we find the rest of these red goblins? Where's
Where's the sword?
Oh wait, they're red? How did I miss that?
I don't.
wasn't
I
it
don't-
red light or something like that came out, or was it black? Oh, it was just
Black.
It was
black
black
smoke.
smoke that came out of his mouth
Okay,
when he died.
okay.
I just detected that
The
red
sword was red.
glow.
Something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What's your name?
Well, my name, I don't know, but they called me Rugtug.
Do you like that name?
Aye, suits me fine.
Where
I don't
is
like
the
'em.
sword?
I tugged the rug out from under them.
Fair enough.
Could you
Uh,
lead them?
Again,
Could you
where's
lead
the
us to
sword?
them?
You're asking a lot of questions, one at a time.
The
Cam-
sword. Where does the sword? Where does the sword reside?
The sword is down below with the one who calls himself the king.
And who is
He's
the king?
not a king, he's just pretending.
Then what does this king look like?
Oi. He tried to look fancy, but he's still a goblin. Nothing special about him.
Okay.
He wasn't
So we're
wearing this
dealing with
coat, was he?
No, that coat was on the one-eyed feller over there.
You see the one-eyed
Armed.
fella? Aren't you the one-eyed fella?
Did I say I? I meant arm. I haven't eaten in days. I'm starving. I can't think
Get the
straight. It's so sad. You should let me out.
Rugtug,
And
if we
throws him a
wanted to
rope.
get our hands on that sword, do you think we stand a chance against this group of medium-sized goblins?
Oh yeah, I'm sure. You'll
Where
right
will you
bush
go if we
for
let you
no
out?
doubt. Hey, what's that?
Where will you go if we let you out?
I don't know.
You're gonna
Would
Whatever
you
I
help
want, I
us?
suppose.
If we tried to get that sword, would you help us? If we agreed to let you down like we did the dwarf and the wizard,
I'll tell
you
you some
agree to help?
secrets if you let me out. How's that?
you can tell us the secret now or we'll pull the pin.
Insight
Oi.
check.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and roll.
Shit. 14.
What was it?
14.
14. You're not sure.
Gradduk does intimidation. Tell us now or we'll drop you. Let me do an intimidation check.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Nat 20.
You're mighty scary, that's for sure. But if you drop me, you'll never find out what I know. It benefits
there.
us both to not be in the cage. Now, come
Cam
on. I'll
throws
give
him
you
the
a
rope.
little one. There's 2 orcs down there.
Yeah. Throw him the rope.
That mugger tribe, not far from here.
Is
Sent
he
a
just
couple.
ignoring the rope that keeps getting thrown at him?
Yes, he is. He's talking.
Wait,
That
wait,
mugger
wait.
tribe sent a couple of their warriors to try and take the sword from the king, but their minds are weak. And he
All right, Tug.
the
Shut
sword
your yap.
took
If you want
him.
out of there, catch the rope.
Rug tug. Rope tug.
Okay, but did you guys hear that?
There's 2 orcs down there. They came to take them, but their minds got taken by the sword.
Yes. So they're
So we've got
they're
orcs.
possessed or whatever. So we're fighting orcs on top of however
It
many
means-
goblins are down there.
Out of character, it means we're going to probably have to do some sort of like wisdom checks if we come into proximity with the sword. Or
Well,
whoever's wielding it.
I mean, we know that this goblin was able to resist it. He doesn't seem very freaking smart. Maybe it's actually the less smart or less crazy or more crazy you are, the more likely you are to be able to, not have the sword affect you.
Okay. He has the rope. He ties it around the cage.
I pull the cage
Put
in.
your back into it, big guy.
In the meantime, has the wizard and Dramar have they left the cave?
The wizard is trying to pull him. He's actually not very strong, so it's going very slowly. But he is making some progress.
Okay.
The dwarf looks extremely irritated.
I'm gonna
He's
text Tira
He's
and
like,
tell her to meet
laying
him at
on the ground
cave.
with his arms crossed, looking upset as the wizard, extremely slowly drags him across the surface of the cave floor.
Okay.
I'll go help the wizard get him out of the cave.
Didn't Rugtug say that the wizard used to wear that coat?
Mm-hmm.
That coat belongs to him,
Yep.
and that
Well, it did.
spell inside the coat belongs to the wizard.
Where are you saying this?
I thought Rugtug said that.
Where are you saying this? To me?
I'm saying that to the group.
I just shoot you a look.
I'm just saying.
Goblin.
The
Let me look.
wizard isn't that far away because he can't drag him very fast. And he says, "Oh, it's just a jacket and just a spell. Feel free to keep it. It's your reward for rescuing me. It is much appreciated.
I've got the
Just thought
cage. For the
one more
goblin
body
side
helping
at
us
this
could
point.
have helped, but that's all.
I pulled the cage in.
All right. As soon as it gets close, he actually reaches through and pulls the pin himself.
Oh,
When it
all right.
drops, he very nimbly lands on the cliff face and hunches down and looks around.
Okay, we held up our end of the bargain. Spill.
All right. The sword is down there. The sword wants you. Not you, but your mind. The sword wants your mind. It tries to take it.
Yeah,
So
now we
stay
are able
down
to
there.
resist.
Do you mean it's down by the scorpions?
No. I mean,
Maybe Gradduk
the
shouldn't come
scorpions
down.
are
with
down
it.
there.
Wouldn't your
It's
minds.
down the path.
Deeper into the cave. So, Rugtug, how are you able to resist the sword? What's the
I'm
secret?
too smart for it.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
It means I'm too smart. Only the weak-minded ones get taken.
What happened to your eye?
I'm not a goblin from this cave originally. I come from the north. Far, far to the north. Where another king. His alchemist gave me a potion. I drank it and it burned out my eye. Yeah, I know. How does that sound? I drank a potion and it melted my eye. So I found a wizard who had 3 and I took one of his.
I think I've heard of this alchemist.
Hey, I don't know, but he causes more problems than he corrects. You know what I mean?
Yeah, his reputation precedes him. Okay. So where do we stand with everybody? Where is everybody?
Well, we're all kind of standing around, just
Yeah, but
looking at this
is
guy.
Cam?
The
you've
wizard
got
is dragging
Dwarf
out
out.
the-
Cam helped get the wizard get the dwarf out of the cave.
Okay.
So they're out.
Rugtug runs over and grabs the dwarf's other shoulder, like arm. I'll help you pop it, don't worry. And he starts helping drag him also.
Well,
The one-armed wizard, the legless dwarf, and the crazy goblin. This needs to be a play.
all walked into a cave. Well, it's not often that you see a goblin helping out a dwarf or a dwarf accepting a goblin's assistance. So maybe this guy's worth trusting for now.
The question is, can the 4 of us handle this?
Yes, we can handle anything.
I've been waiting for this, guys. I don't know if you remember this. And I pull out something from my somewhere, my back pocket. I don't know if I have a satchel or what, but do you guys remember that I got one of those fire bombs from our first encounter? Might be a good time to put this to use. Joe, I don't have that in my inventory. I don't know what it was officially called or whatever, but
It was just a firebomb.
okay.
Yeah.
I tried looking
Joe,
it
in
up
the-
and I didn't see it. But
Like
In the
alchemist fire would probably be the closest to what it actually is.
In
Sorry,
the pit,
what's that? There?
in the pit with the scorpions, you said it continues on like through the walls, like
Yes.
that. Okay, but we can't. There's nothing to see there really. We don't know if there's anything beyond
There's a
there.
stream that goes through.
Mhm.
It's like the ground cracked underneath the cavern, you know,
Mhm.
maybe in an earthquake or something.
Mhm.
It does continue on into darkness, but you can't see anything
Can't tell where it
that
goes.
yeah, that would make you think maybe the scorpion's nest is on one side or another. It's
So
hard
where
to
we're at now, where the cage is, where there's a path that continues down, correct? And that's where the
If you go back to the main cave where you came in the entrance,
Yeah.
yes, that
Because this
that
came into
path
this room, this
continues.
side
Okay.
route, and now we have to go back into the main.
Okay. So Gradduk starts heading back to the main cave entrance.
Yeah, I guess we'll all start heading back that way just to.
All right.
See what's what.
And start heading down the main path.
All right. Cam, you get the dwarf back to the main cave. Basilisk Milan, the wizard, says, it appears your friends are ready to continue. I think the two of us could probably handle it from here.
Were we gonna send them to the wagon, or are we just gonna tell them to wait outside?
It's your call. You're there.
I know I first said something about something with Tira earlier, but I didn't catch it all.
I think he said he was
Ferret?
going to text Tira, so I don't know that was serious. I don't believe we have texting technology. I mean,
Right.
do we
You wanna
trust
confer?
the three that we just met enough that we would want to send them back to our camp where we've got Cremone, who is not able to fight.
Goblin. Remember,
We've
this
got
goblin's a
we've
little
got-
wacky. You don't know.
We've got Tira, who we're probably a little concerned with, and we've got a really beat up orc. So do we really want to send these three that we barely know to our wagon?
I'm sorry, I missed something. Why aren't we having the goblin come with us?
Do we want the
I don't
goblin
think
to
he
come with us?
wants to come with us.
Well, did we ask him? I want to ask him.
Go ahead.
Goblin, we could use a hand. If you're oblivious or this sword doesn't affect you, we saved you. We saved your life. How about returning the favor and helping us?
Boy, I could help you, but it's going to take the wizard all of 3 days to drag this one out of here. It's up
That's
to
okay.
you, though. But,
I'm
yeah,
not here.
I'd follow that poppet into battle, that's for sure. And he nods towards Cam.
Boy, there's lots of little love affairs going on.
What am I? Chopped goblin liver?
How long has it been since we started down? How long has it been since I left camp?
Maybe a half hour. Hasn't been very
Okay.
long.
Okay.
When you say that, Trevor, he actually says to Eénsek, I got a wizard's eye. I know what you actually are. Those aren't me type.
So he can see things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I
Yeah,
got a wizard's eye. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, Rug Tug. You help us get this sword, take on these goblins. We saved your life. I might even throw in a few coins.
Oi, I like gold. That's all right. Yeah.
All right.
So we know
Yeah,
that
hopefully.
at least the wizard and the dwarf, they're out of the cave. They're like,
We can give them a couple rations or something like that, just to tell them to stay out of sight.
yeah. Okay.
If you put them back in the cage, no one will notice.
Mm,
No.
You gotta be smarter than the goblins. Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this was my point to begin with. Honestly, it's like taking anybody out of there. It's gonna raise alarm bells at some point.
well,
Well,
but
they
there's
don't
only one
care.
way up.
the only
There's
way
only-
to get to the cages is through the main path, which we're going to be traveling down anyway. So,
Right.
No, you don't understand. The sword doesn't care about intruders, right? It's just looking to add more. The guards aren't really guards. They're more out there looking for friendlies than for enemies. They want more to come. The sword wants more. You follow me?
I follow you. How can we protect ourselves? Is there anything we can do?
Be smart like me.
We gotta be smart.
Like me.
Could you elaborate on that?
Yes. Don't be dumb. Be smart.
Can you give us a demonstration?
You're smart ass.
Right? Well, so you're smart. Just don't be dumb. The opposite of dumb is smart. See? So be smart, like me.
Okay. So since you're so smart, how about you lead the way? You go
Oh
first.
no, I just said I wasn't dumb. I'll go, but not first.
Gradduk
Right,
leads the way and starts heading down the path.
Hey, follow the big
Cam
one.
sighs and starts following him.
I'm right behind you, Pulpit.
Don't get distracted.
She's just ignoring. She's ignoring that.
Eénsek sighs and looks at himself and says, I thought I looked pretty good.
I tap you on the shoulder and say, "You do, Eénsek."
All right. You guys
Thanks,
get back
buddy.
to the center chamber and the path where it starts to slope down. Immediately as you start heading down the slope, you can see that it evens out probably, 50 feet down or so. And you can see light coming from there. The light is flickering like it would be campfires.
Mm.
There's enough light that it's definitely more than one, though.
Okay.
We still keep walking.
What do I know about goblins and light? Like, they don't... Well, I mean, the other one was outside during the day, so they can be outside during the day, right?
Right.
I guess.
They don't
Just-
prefer the light, but it doesn't harm them in any way.
I'm still walking.
Is there
Okay.
any way to? Can we sneak up to a certain point to get advantage and look in and sort of see what we can see, or are they going to see us coming?
They're going to hear.
It does. They don't have any guards posted, so you can guess that you can get down there pretty easily without being noticed.
He did say they're not really worried about keeping people out. They want people to come in.
Gradduk is tired of how long this is taking, so he's
All
continuing.
right. Well, when people ask questions, I have to answer the questions, Curtis.
We're moving.
When you get to the
Walking.
bottom
It's
of
a
the
walk and
slope
talk.
and it
It's a walk
and it
talk.
evens out, it opens into another large cavern. There's probably about 8 campfires set here around in a circle in the middle of this large open cavern. This appears to be a common room cavern. There's a few other caves that are smaller, goblinish sized caves. They look like they've been dug into the rock by goblins. But
Around
in
the
the set,
perimeter?
sorry, what's that?
Around the perimeter? Like a
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe like living quarters or something like that. But they lead off and they're goblin sized. The far end of this large cavern, there is a throne that has been constructed. It looks like loose stones, like goblins just piled up stones in the shape of a large chair.
Mhm.
And a goblin is sitting in it. He's wearing furs. They were probably nice furs at some point. Now they're matted and there's chunks of them missing. He's wearing a crown that looks like they just took like a headband and attached a skeleton hand to the front of it.
Mm.
So it's kind of a crown, but it's just a skeletal hand, really. But he is holding on his lap a red sword. It's a red crystal blade with a black handle and pommel that is emitting a black smoke from it. To the side of him are 2 goblins on each side. So 4 almost like a personal guard. And then out front are the 2 of Rakul's orcs that he sent. Stout orc warriors with great axes.
Mm.
So we see for sure the king, 4 goblins, and 2 orcs. Are there?
Right. There were a few other goblins in the room, but as soon as you guys make yourself known, they scramble into those side caves.
Oh, they've all
so
seen us. Oh,
They've
okay.
seen us.
As soon as you make yourself seen, you guys can. They're not
Are
paying attention.
are they
So
throwing
if you
rocks
need a
into
moment
cups?
to prepare or something like that, yeah.
Gradduk shouts out, "We're here for the sword."
We really need to work together here.
On that point, Then all the other goblins scramble out through the side
You need a
caves.
high sign or something.
Oh God, how many?
The king, the 4 goblins, and 2 orcs. So it's not a huge group.
Oh, just when he says that, you said the ones that go into the little caves.
Yeah, there's other goblins around doing things like cooking and sewing clothes or whatever, like common folk goblins. They all, as soon as they realize that someone else is there, they scramble like cockroaches when somebody flips the light on.
Oh, so they ran away like in fear.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So we got 5 goblins, 2
Respond at
orcs.
all to me shouting that.
So, of course, they all turn to you. The king stands up. Hello. What brings you to my realm today, outsiders?
I told you we're here for the sword.
You are, Well, what if I don't want to give it to you? This sword makes me a king. I have the power of a demon now. But if you serve me, you can join my mighty army. Rugtug says, "Oi, I forgot to tell you he's a little crazy. Watch out for him."
The king is crazy.
Oi.
Cam shoots.
Okay, as soon as she draws an arrow, it's initiative. Next time
Talk a little
on Allegiance Quest.
Oh.
All right, we will be apparently starting our next session with a battle. That's okay. I'm prepared and
A
ready.
nice short battle. On the last episode of Allegiance Quest.
Right. We will see. You've all gained a level. You guys have a lot of new abilities, so things might be a little bit easier than they've been in the past. So
Okay.
if anyone is interested in finding out what happens next time, please tune in to our next episode of Allegiance Quest. And of course, if you're enjoying our game like we're enjoying playing it, please like and subscribe. It is much appreciated.
And even
Thanks
if you're
for-
not enjoying it, comment and let us know what we could do better.
That's a very good suggestion, actually. Yes, we definitely appreciate feedback. So,
How could you not
All right.
want to tune into next episode? Come on, man.
right.
One way or another, this is going to be good.
Boy, just watch it. All right. All right, everybody. Have a good one.
Bye.
Thanks for
See ya.
watching.